Hey, 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 welcome back to Hamilton Radio. I'm Ava Holly, and you are here on the Casual Chat today, this National Best Friends Day. Geri Petito, my sister from another mister. Welcome to Hamilton Radio, and we are so excited about the show today. We have with us today the ladies, and some of the court of the Ms. New Jersey Senior America pageant, and I am thrilled that we were able to get them in here. This is about the fourth year that I'm covering the pageant in the Shore Local magazine. So let me hold this up for you so you can see it. And you can grab a copy of this, usually at Wawa, at some of the produce stands. And there's a great article in here. Of course, it's great because I wrote it, on the ladies of the Ms. New Jersey Senior America pageant. And we will give a shout out to Shore Local, and you can find them also online at shorelocalnews.com, and you can scroll through the magazine and read the article about this beautiful pageant. And I know some of the ladies will give us some more info on how long the pageant's been around and all that good stuff. So really excited to have these ladies here. But before we get into that, today is National Best Friends Day. Did you know that?
No.
I heard it on the way up.
How cool is that?
So I want to introduce one of my besties, and she's not only my bestie, she is our famous Geri Petito. She's International Internet Radio Hall of Famer, Lifetime Achiever. She's got so many titles that I can't remember them, because today I'm lucky I can remember my name, and it only has 3 letters. So, sometimes that's tough. So Geri Petito, my co-host today, thank you for being here.
I'm honored. Yay, ladies. This is so cool.
I also want to give a shout out to SONJ. Anybody know what that is? Special Olympics New Jersey, taking place right here at the old Trenton State, which is now the College of New Jersey. This weekend, I had the opportunity to go to the opening ceremonies of the Summer Games Friday night, and it's always so cool. They do it just like the regular Olympics. Torch runners come in, they light the cauldron, all the athletes come in, over 200 athletes from each of our 21 counties. And it's hosted right here in Mercer County at TCNJ. So good luck to all the swimmers. Stan and Stefan are in there.
Oh, so cool.
The athletes, they were here in the studio with their mom, Karen,
Yeah.
who has a book about both kids. So speaking of books, Geri, hold up your book. And we are both authors. So Geri, tell us about your book.
Okay, so everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of. I'm not an addict. I'm just an ass. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumb ass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was, because 34 years ago I was a dumb ass. But today, 34 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smart ass.
Yay. So I, too, have a book. You can always find a flush in there, and there are little stories about things that happen to you when you're out in the public restrooms and how they relate to you starting your own business. So a lot of fun we're working on. You can always find a flush in there again.
Wait, let's give a shout out to Ruben about... So
And Ruben, yeah.
anyone who's interested, guys, so my book is now on audio on www.geripetito.com with my voice. Simon & Schuster published my book years ago, and they wanted to use someone else's voice for my story. I was like, it can't happen. My producer, Ruben Rodriguez, he's producing the show today. He is also part owner of Hamilton Radio and owner of Iron Horse Films, is now doing audiobooks with any authors interested in your voice being the voice. So reach out.
And Karen Adams is using Ruben to do her books about her 2 amazing children, Stefan and Stan.
Yes.
All right. I want to give a shout out to the pageant state administrator, Johan Santori, to the state director of pageants, Terry Mead, to our national winner, Natalie Oliver Atherton, who graced us with her appearance at the pageant. She came from Colorado to come and join everybody and help. And also to our current past winner, Lenore Sibeli Lambert. She's in Florida today, so we're waving at you, Lenore. She wanted to be here with us, but she's in Florida today. So, Yeah. Well, I think I don't think she was
busy.
able to work it
Okay.
out. Yeah.
That's okay.
But we'll get her on again. And I know Furley's here in the audience. She'll be on in a little bit. And she was on our WBNN show along with Natalie, along with Lenore. So maybe we'll get some of you ladies onto the other show that we do, which is a call-in show. So we'll give a shout out to Dr. Brother O. Ngozi
Yep,
from
our
WBNN,
honeybee.
our honeybee. Of course, Hamilton Radio, Gino and Ruben, thank you guys so much. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with our director of Mercer County Miss Senior America Pageant, also co-director, right, is Dr. Abuz?
Yes.
Yes. So, and this is Lawana Wilkins Lovett. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Great.
Great. Well, we are so happy that you are here. I don't have to be chaperone since you're here. So tell us a little bit of how you got involved with the Miss Senior pageant.
We actually started Mercer County Senior America pageant in 2003. I work for the city of Trenton, and I work with seniors. So we were trying to come up with an event. So we actually sent 2 representatives to the New Jersey Senior Pageant.
Nice. I know all the states don't have competitions. Some of them have like you have to send in a resume, and I guess there's people that vote on you. But I think a lot of the states do now have competitions live, and it's great to have you involved. And so you're like a founder,
We're local.
local
Yes.
founder. Yes, yes, great. And so such a pleasure to have you here. Have you enjoyed your time with
I
these
love it.
ladies? And tell us, how old do they have to be to enter the pageant?
You have to be 60.
So 60 and above. And I know once you enter the pageant, you belong to a group called the Cameo Club, right? And the Cameo Club, they call them the Cameo Sisters. There's a lady that was at the pageant that is 98, and she was up on stage performing.
That's
So
amazing.
that was amazing, right? Right? Jerry, you have any questions for Luana?
Oh my gosh. First of all, 98. Okay, to me that's a little hero.
Right?
Okay, that's amazing. So, if you get to hear this, we love you and wow. Okay? So, what made you get into it? What made you start doing this and wanting to do it?
The pageant,
Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina, and I'm a 60s kind of person. And in North Carolina, there was no black Miss America.
Okay.
So watching it, and our first winner, Sarah Ennis, had the same result that I had. She said, I'm going to do it because I never got a chance to do it when I was younger. And she won our first pageant.
That's beautiful.
Wow. I think Natalie had a similar story.
Yeah.
And she entered something and then, wound up not going her way. And, she wound up coming into the senior pageant and won, and then won the national. So that's.
Well, thank you for
that's-
doing that
Thank
for
you so much.
for African American women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's beautiful.
And Dr. Abuz, the co-founder,
Yes.
very well known in the area, so shout out to Dr. Abuz. So I'm going to move to the other end of the table to our Miss Congeniality this year, Bernadette. What would you like to say about your experience with the Miss Senior pageant?
I would recommend that every woman over 60 just pick your crown up, put it on your head, step out on that runway because, like Dr. Moss said, from the rocking chair to the runway. And I encourage every woman to just take advantage of your beauty, not only beauty, but talent, and make sure that we are all here to encourage each other. And we always can fix a crown when it's crooked without telling the world. So I tell everyone, let's do it. Nike says, just do it.
Just do it. I love it. Just do it. Yes.
I love it too. And I got to tell you, Bernadette's talent is off the chain. All of these ladies,
Yes,
the
thank you.
talent competition part is unbelievable. We'll talk about that a little more when we bring on our winner and our past winner and our first runner up in a little bit. So, all right, we're going to come back to this end of the table with Miss Gwendolyn. You go by Gwen, right?
Yes.
Tell us about your experience with the pageant.
Well, this was my first time in the pageant, and I heard about it from Miss Lawanda. I was apprehensive at first, And then I decided, okay, I'll try something new at my age. It was a good experience for me. I met a lot of nice people. I got to step out of my comfort zone.
Best way to grow.
Yeah. And it was all in all very nice. And like I said, it's a good organization that I had never known.
Yeah, yeah. I've been covering it for 4 years on the local level. I actually saw Diane DeLuca, so we'll give a shout out to Diane, who's a winner from 2016, and I got invited by her to the pageant and watched her win. And then I guess a little more than 4 years. Well, the following years when I started doing the stories for Shore Local, and I freelance for them. So whenever I go to an event and I don't see anybody from Shore Local, I'm texting the owner saying, you know, I'm here at such and such. Do you want a story? And so now we've been doing the pageant for about 4 or 5 years, and I've covered the national pageant twice. So I'm looking forward to covering that again. It's so great to see you. Welcome here.
Thank
And
you.
all of you ladies. I mean, you look so beautiful today. I'm so excited to see you guys.
Thank you.
And our official photographer in the back, Christine. You can wave. There we go. All right. So we're going to move to you, Anita. I've got a great picture of you in my phone. I'll show you later. So tell me about your experience. Tell us all.
Well, first I have to give glory to God
Absolutely.
for being here this year, another year. I'm a cancer survivor, and I met another beautiful woman named Ferlin. She's a survivor, so I just thank God for the opportunity. My experience was great. I called it fate, because the first time I was asked to be part of a pageant was in my college years. And I said no, I wasn't ready. And then I was asked again when I was 27. And I had, for Miss Mercer County in Hightstown. So I had first runner-up. But I
Nice.
still didn't take it serious. I just wanted, to go back to school and get
Right.
more money to go to school. So then the question comes around again. Now I'm 61. And Miss LaWanna asked me would I want to participate. And I said yes, because of legacy. My grandmother, who passed at 101, she loved the pageants.
Oh.
So she would help sponsor the bus trips and what have you. She used to wear her tiara. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to do this for legacy's sake, for my grandmother, and as a survivor. And I was so happy. I have to mention her name again, Miss Ferlinda, as a breast cancer survivor. And I looked at her and said how beautiful she is.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? I'm beautiful too. And to just shed a light to seniors that you can still be beautiful. You can still live and dance and love and be vibrant at 60 and older.
Absolutely.
And I'm with the senior citizen at the Reading Center, and just being a light and being vibrant is a wonderful thing. So here I came. So God knows what will happen
Right.
next.
Yep. And Furley and I connected right away because I too am a breast cancer survivor, and Jerry is a survivor also.
Wow.
So we have several in the pageant, and I met so many people, friends of mine. You never know how crazy this
And
is
it's just
with them
added
all.
to my story that I can share with others.
Right.
Because I know one woman, she ran in her closet, because she was shameful that she had gone through that experience. So now when I see her, she has a different insight now.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful for the whole experience. It was more than just wearing a crown. It's the experience that add to my joy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you ladies are just so amazing. I'm so blessed and honored to know all of you. Jerry, I know we brought up God a few times, and I know we have some Elvis fans in the room, and Jerry and I are huge Elvis fans. And Jerry, you got to tell us the story of how God and Elvis saved your life.
Okay, well, so, it's really funny. Back in the day, I had beauty salons. I was making too much money too young. And that's never a good thing, okay, guys? So I had
I'll take it now. No.
So I had a 1990 Eldorado Cadillac, black and gold, with Elvis license plates. Okay? My clientele were very wealthy Jewish women, most of them, and one of my clients who's still in my life today was the municipal court judge. So she was the boss of all the judges. And I used to meet her for lunch in that car at the courthouse often. One night, 1 o'clock in the morning, me and a girlfriend are in that flashy car in Trenton, New Jersey, copping our heroin. And our young African-American drug dealer comes to the window and says, we don't have any heroin, we got to go 2 blocks. So he gets in the back of my car, imagine this, and we go 2 blocks to get 10 bags of heroin, and an unmarked police car is following us. And he recognized my Elvis plates and knew I was a friend of the judge. So he called the judge in the middle of the night. He waited till the guy got back in my car with the heroin, pulled us over, and he said, Jerry, Judge so-and-so said, get this guy out of your car, get the drugs out of your car, go home, get some rest, and get some help. Well, I threw everybody out, the drugs, him, her, just threw them out. And I got help that week and went into a rehab in Princeton House. And if I did not have those Elvis license plates and I did not go to the courthouse for lunch often, God used those plates. Nobody's going to tell me that was not God, and nobody's going to tell me he did not use Elvis for good. And it saved my life. And many years later, I'm going to share something. I don't know if I even told you this, but when people become Christians in the beginning, everyone's going to hell. You know, they're on this rampage, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, until they find their way. And then they have their relationship with God, and then they laugh at themselves, whatever. But this young guy, and I believe he might have passed away now, he was an entertainer. He was also into drugs, gave his life to Jesus, got a family, but rumor has it he went back in jail, and I don't know if he's even alive now. But when he first became a Christian, he posted on Facebook, guys, God doesn't want you to have any idols, not musicians, not actors, no one. So I always say God has to, you know, hit me over the head. He can't just whisper to me. I said, all right, Lord, listen, this is a tough one. I don't idol Elvis, but I have an Elvis room, the whole bit, right, blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, I'll get rid of all my Elvis stuff, but hit me over the head and let me know. My mouth to God's ears. 2 days later, I get a call from my pastor who moved down south. He said, Pastor Mark said, Jarek, give me your new address. He said, I have something I have to send you. I've been looking at these for years on my shelf. They were my mom's. I don't even ask him what they were. We talk. I give him my address. A few days later, you know what comes in the mail? 5 original old 45s of Elvis Presley, and they were in the cardboard cases, and the price was 77 cents. Now, don't tell me that wasn't God saying it's okay. Okay? It's okay, because now my pastor sent me 5 45s. I said, okay, thank you, God.
At least he didn't hit you over the head with them, they would have broke.
But that was a hit over the head. Are you kidding me here? I'll show you. You're good.
So the CD I gave you today is me singing a song that I entered in the American Idol songwriting competition. My Elvis tribute artist friend is playing the music in the background. He passed away from brain cancer, same as my mom. But that's him playing in the background. And so I hope you enjoy that. But it's so funny how it's so connected.
I just want to thank Joanna. I didn't get a chance to thank her for bringing me into the pageant. And
I've seen you several times. Yeah,
and
talking to the mic.
Talk a little more into the mic, sweetie.
I just want to thank
There you
her
go.
also, Miss Joanna, for bringing me into the pageant and then encouraging me so I could encourage other women. So without her, it's no me, and without me, there's, you know, for me to encourage also. And I could never see myself in a pageant when I was younger. And the first time I put on tap shoes was I was 60 years old. So
She's
never
the tap
say
dancer
never.
of the group.
Queen.
Never
say never. Thank
Yep.
you.
Never say never.
Age is only a number, right?
Yes, yes.
Right?
You know, what I would like to tell the seniors? I was concerned because I didn't think I had a talent. And so I thought about it, and being a breast cancer survivor myself, my granddaughter had written a poem for me when I was going through my cancer treatment. And that's what I read at the pageant.
I remember that, yep.
So I just want to encourage seniors, if they think they don't have a talent, you can read a poem, you can sing a song, you can do whatever you can do, whatever you feel like doing.
When they did the Miss America pageants, the local competition, I grew up in Seaside, and the local competition, they used to buy their swimsuits and stuff from my mom and dad's store. And one of the contestants came in, she learned her talent just for that competition, and she started doing ventriloquism, and she learned how to do that just for that competition. So you never know what you're going to
You
pick
never
up
know.
and what you're going to do and how that's going to flourish in the rest of your life. Now, are you ladies all on Facebook? If people wanted to reach out to you,
Yes,
can they
I
reach
am.
out to you on Facebook? So before we switch and bring on the next group, let's go ahead and shout out your whole names so people can find you. And then while we're switching, I'll have Geri read her beautiful poem about utilizing gifts and talents. So Bernadette, so how would they find you? What's your full name?
My name is Bernadette Jones. I am Bernadette Cephas Jones on Facebook.
Awesome. Anita?
Mine is Anita Broach.
Nice.
And mine's is Mercer County Senior America Pageant and the Reading Seniors.
Nice. So you can even find the director and the founder. Woohoo. Okay, Gwen,
My name is Gwendolyn Carter, and that's what it is on Facebook.
on Facebook. Well, thank you so much, ladies. We're going to have you switch out, and we're going to bring up our winner from 2 years ago, and our first runner-up. And I'm going to have Geri, while you're doing that, I'm going to have you read your Utilizing Gifts and Talents poems. Thank you so much.
You got it?
So, guys, the reason why I like to read this poem when I do entertainers and, I'm sorry?
Doesn't matter. Wherever you
The
want.
two winners here.
Okay, that sounds good.
The two winners here.
And then we'll have Stevie come over here. Okay. Yeah, you're a winner too. Luana, would you like to stay with us since you're the founder and we have an extra chair, so you come and stay with us? Is that okay? Awesome.
All right, so the reason why I like to read this poem when I do these shows, it's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents, because a lot of people struggle that they have nothing to offer. And I want everybody out there to know that we all have a gift. God didn't just pick certain people and say, I'm going to make them, the best singers, the best dancers. I'm going to make them the most beautiful people. I mean, he did choose Elvis, I'm just saying. No, everybody has something to offer. And I always say this, what if we didn't have sanitation workers? Okay, imagine that. I would go crazy if we didn't have sanitation workers. So we need everybody, okay? Teachers, right? So if you're struggling with your self-worth, please listen to every word of this poem. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second-rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, ladies, all your names will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's for you ladies, because you're definitely,
I love that poem.
you're definitely leaving a legacy. You're leaving a legacy.
Beautiful.
That's the poem I was
And-
talking about. Talk without restraint. That's that one.
Right. And you were talking about, doing this for a legacy, and there you have it.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, Jerry. So, ladies, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Again, we have our Mercer County founder and director, Luana, with us. We have our first runner-up, Stevie. I don't know your last name, but that's right, four. I thought it was 4A.
It is at times.
It is a time, right? And we also have our winner from 2 years ago, right, Furley? Furley Almonte. And we've become pretty good friends over lots of things, and blessed to be able to do events and stuff with Furley. She's just amazing. And our brand new winner that I'm just getting to know, Ms. Vin Iyer. Welcome, 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 welcome. So I know that, correct me if I'm wrong on this. So you're judged at the pageant on your philosophy of life, your talents, your interviews, and your evening gown, correct? And I want to ask you not only, go through what the other lady said about how you feel about the pageant, but tell us a little bit about the interview process, because we don't get to see that on stage. So what is that like? Because I know that's a big part of the score. Furley, what is the interview process like?
Oh, actually, that was my favorite part of it. Because it allows you to be intimate with the judges. It allows you to speak about what you believe in and who you really are. So typically, there's 4 or 5 judges in a room, and you're going to be seated. At the state level, we were sitting in I would say like a hotel room or like a nice little room where they are sitting in a sofa and you're sitting in a chair by yourself. And then at the nationals, it was more like a parole. So you stand, like you sit actually on a chair, and there's like a long table with the different judges and the tabulators there. So you are given 5 minutes per candidate. And so each judge is given a minute to ask a question and then for you to respond as well. So it is very important for you as a candidate to be able to speak with clarity, with conviction, with confidence, and also keep tight with your messages. Be cohesive. And so at the same time, it's also a great way for you to showcase your personality. So you can be, you could be a lot of fun. You can throw a joke for as long as it's relevant to the question. So that's
Thank you for sharing. And Stevie, what has your experience been with the interview process?
My experience, I first want to also give honor to God because He is first in my life, and He is the reason that I'm here today. It's Sunday. I ordinarily would be at service, fellowshipping at this time. So we're going to give God praise and glory and honor right here. From Ava's station on the radio. He's everywhere. So to God be the glory. My interviewing experience was a wonderful one. And one of the questions I'll share, I understand we're not supposed to talk amongst one another, but the question did present itself as to how would I promote the Miss New Jersey Senior American Pageant. And here we are today. I'm promoting it from every opportunity, every platform that I am provided. I will shout from the mountaintop that there is life after 60. It just begins, actually, I did experience loss. My husband of 40 years, he passed away 2 years ago, and I was in a very, very low place. And I give God all of the glory because it was Him who picked me up and turned me around and told me to get up and get on with life. And I say to each and every one of you, if you've experienced a loss, and I'm sure that, as you live, you will lose someone, you can pick yourselves back up, you can get on with life, and you can move forward and maximize life. A part of my philosophy was time is a precious commodity. It has to be spent wisely. Maximize every moment of life, and that is what I've been doing. The Lord has blessed me with a grandbaby. She is about 15 months old, Logan.
Oh, nice.
She made me a Gigi, and I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about her being in our lives. It kind of took the lightness, it gave light to the heaviness that we were experiencing. And I'm trying to maximize every moment that I'm afforded. This is a wonderful opportunity. If you are challenged or contemplating joining, I say to you, it is a wonderful experience. The camaraderie with the women, this is just not happenstance. I believe it is a divine intervention that the Lord would have all of us to meet one another and cross one another's paths. We all bring excitement, a piece of energy and spice that is uniquely ours. No two of us have the same characteristics, and we're all winners. We're all final queens.
That's right. Just to be in the
Preach
competition.
it, girl.
I
Absolutely.
mean, it takes a lot of guts, like I had said, to get up there and put yourself out there like that, especially, when you're older.
Absolutely.
And, you're talking about grief. I know there's a mourning time and a grieving time, yet the people that we lose would want us to move forward and go on with
Absolutely.
our lives. So that's a big, again, God uses that to tell us when it's time
He
to,
does.
to go forward.
Ecclesiastes 3:1 says there's a time and a season for everything. There's a time to mourn, and then there's a time to cease from mourning and just get on with life.
And you also said about crossing paths. And people come to you for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Absolutely.
And I think paths cross beautifully in that
Yes,
respect.
yes.
Like how we met, Jerry. I always see the lights coming down, and you're walking on one side of the theater, and I'm walking on the other side of the theater, and we get to the end, and we met.
Sing an ETA Elvis, baby.
Right? So now let's go to our winner. Congratulations to you.
Thank
Jen.
you, everybody.
And what
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much. It
talent
was a
you
very
had.
unexpected honor, and I'm really grateful and thankful for this amazing experience.
You looked like you were in shock for a while.
I was.
Because, I'm like, she doesn't even look happy. And I'm like, someone said, she's in shock, she's in shock.
No, it was
Yeah.
kind of a fluke that I was there, and I didn't expect to be there, and I just did kind of expect to be leaving right after. And I did say, oh, I have to move my car before 6 p.m., otherwise I'm going to get charged again. So I was telling my friend, texting my friend, make sure you come up and help me pack my stuff. Right after this last thing, I'm going to be going upstairs and grabbing my stuff. We got to move my car out. So
What'd you do with your car after you won?
I said, guess what? We got to pay another $30.
That's great. So tell us about your interview experience.
Oh, well, I think that they had asked us initially to write a bio that tells us about, write your history, your education, your travel, where did you live, and what has transpired from your youth until you were 60 or your current age. So I was writing my education experience. I also wrote what I used to do in the past as a dancer, how I became a dancer. And then I wrote a few other details about my history. And I think they asked questions based on what I wrote. So why are you currently a fitness instructor, dance instructor, when you have so much education? And why? Because those two are not really connected. But
That's crazy when they do that, right?
yeah, you think you're going to go forward with one profession and one career, but you decide those things when you're young, and you
Right.
have to make a choice at 18 or 21. Oh, I'm going to be a teacher. I think that's my life profession that I would like to do. But then things start changing in your life. You experience different things. You take a different kind of course, and you're excited about that course more than your initial choice. And so I've always wanted to be a dancer since I was a very young girl. But I grew up with traditional parents, and they didn't see dance as a good future.
Right.
So I didn't have the pleasure of attending recitals and being in recitals and going to dance academies. I did not do that. So it wasn't until I could afford to pay for my dance classes that I would go while I was working full time, and I would pay for my own classes. So I'd go right after work, go into these studios, and I was trying to catch up. I was always feeling like I'm behind. I'm not up to the young girls. They start at 5, they start at 6. So I was very behind, and I wanted to have the title dancer my whole life. I said, I want to be known as a dancer. I don't want to be known as someone who's trying to be a dancer or a pseudo dancer. So
try is a weapon word. You're not supposed to use the word try, although we use it all the time.
Yes.
But, yep.
So I pushed myself. I would do extra classes. I would stretch, and I wanted to get my split, like those little things. And I auditioned for a job. I used to work for Ringling Brothers Circus, and I did.
Wait, I have a question. Okay, so what were you in the circus?
I was a showgirl.
Okay, that's cool. I'm trying to picture this. I'm like,
They come, the
circus.
circus comes around here. The Cirque show comes to Atlantic City.
Yes.
Often.
Oh, I love the circus show. They're amazing. But once I got in there, I had the ability to learn other things. I trained to be an elephant dancer, riding the elephants, and then I also did some aerial work. I was just lucky
I
to
love
be
that.
there, and we all got trained. So that was an amazing experience. But then after I did that, I said, "Oh no, I got to get out there. I got to get educated."
Now, you're a teacher, right? Do you?
I'm not a school teacher, but I'm a full-time fitness and dance
I was going to ask you, is that what you do in Princeton? You
Yes.
teach dance and fitness?
dance fitness.
Yep, perfect.
I teach a lot of varieties of fitness classes.
That's amazing.
And my latest one is Pilates and Reformer, so I started teaching that too. So I'm never going to leave it now. I'm not going to be a teacher after all. School
Well, you're a teacher of dance, yeah, right? Dance and fitness, not a school
Yes.
teacher, right?
And belly dance. I started that at 40.
If you go on Facebook, you can see the routine she performed at the pageant, and it was just amazing. The crowd was loving it.
I'm so glad I was able to do that.
Yeah,
it was
you-
really,
you
really
were
fun.
amazing.
I
You
had
were
a great
all
time.
amazing. You're all amazing.
Thank you.
I just love watching you guys.
Can
the
I just
talent.
can I just say one thing?
Yeah, sure.
I really didn't think this was the place for me, and I thought, oh, Terry, I'm too nervous. I don't think I can do this. I don't do pageants. I can't go to a microphone and tell them my philosophy of life. I don't even know if I have one. I got to think about this. So she, it was like 3 times I canceled on her, and she's like, Vin, I'm not going to let you cancel. You're coming. I'm like, okay. But I got to. I think I had the best time Wednesday doing the rehearsals with everybody, and then chatting with everybody, and Thursday and
that's
having
gonna be
coffee and a little food.
That
I
is
really,
awesome.
I loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
It's awesome.
these
When
women.
You should be, have an exciting year ahead of you, and you have Lenore and Furley and all those people from
Yes.
past winners to,
thank them.
help you and navigate that. And you're just going to be amazing. And
excited.
you're going to have a wonderful year. So, Luana, what do you think of this group of ladies this year?
Oh, it was the best
It was
pageant
so amazing.
that I've seen, and I've seen a lot.
It was just amazing. I so enjoyed it. And I always wait to see Bernadette because she was just
Entertaining.
amazing. You were all amazing. Yet I'm sitting there going, because I don't know you guys, I'm like, when's Bernadette coming on? When's Bernadette coming on? I was actually sitting with your family. Yeah, so I met your brother-in-law, right, and sister, and I was sitting with them. So it was fun because I'm sitting there going, yeah, I'm waiting to see Bernadette. And he goes, yeah, that's my sister-in-law. I'm like, right.
Imagine if you would have said, I sure hope that Bernadette doesn't
Yeah,
come.
right? That's great. That's great. So, Furley, tell us a little more about, what it was like when you won and how you can share that experience with Vin.
It was exhilarating, magical in so many levels. Just like our queen, who's absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, her hips don't lie.
That I know that. I have it in my phone. It's
I
just
know,
beautiful.
When I did not expect to win either, because I say to myself, I guess growing up, I said I'm vertically challenged. My body is very voluptuous. So it's not really like what you typically would see in pageants, right? And so I never saw myself being in a pageant. So I never was, pageantry was never part of my life. But I guess this is what God led me to be. And so this also allowed me to explore different magical ways that I can share my talent, my conviction in life, how I made my message. And as a breast cancer survivor, actually a victor, is that it allows me to share with others that there is life after cancer, that despite the adversities we have in our lives, there are many opportunities for us to shine and be able to positively impact humanity in the most incredible way. Every single lady that I have met in this pageantry, including the ones from here, has shown such enormous grace, beauty, talent, and your unique, vibrant light that you are able to show and basically create ripples of change in humanity. And so this pageant has allowed me to shine in a way that I never even imagined myself to be. And at the same time, it also allowed me to explore new horizons that I never thought was possible. And so I say to you, if you're listening right now, if you're 60, and up, 60 is the new sexy, as they call it. So go out there. What have you got to lose? Why not? The world is waiting for you to shine your unique light. So for me, it has opened up more doors than I could ever imagine. And
yeah.
I'm deeply grateful, not only for the Miss New Jersey Senior America pageant, but also the Miss Senior America pageant nationals and all the other the pageantry in general, because you allowed women to just blossom into our amazingness.
Now you were placed in the nationals. You came in fourth.
Yes, I was fourth runner up.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Hey, listen, when a breast cancer surgeon actually won, and then there was somebody also in the court who was an American Idol coach. And I said, for me to even make the court, I said, oh my goodness, I'm in a good place. So I was very grateful for that. But I am telling you, every single contestant out there put out their A game and really showcase their beauty, their talent, and their amazing light.
I know there's a lot of doctors that enter, because there's a lot of doctors I see on the roster in the court and everything. So there's a lot of really prominent people that come. It's not just like some people would think it's just, oh, someone's 60 and they want to just be on stage. That's not what it is at all. It's so much more than that, and they call it the age of elegance, right? So, Stevie, tell us, can you recall what it was like when they announced you as the first runner-up? I mean, you're standing there and there's just 2 spots left, the first runner-up and the winner. How did it feel when they called your name?
I almost fainted. It was exhilarating. It really, really was wonderful, the entire experience. I do not want to leave here today without thanking Luana. I want to give thanks, and hopefully Terry will see this program. Terry, you are amazing. Denise, you are amazing.
Denise Quinn, Terry
Johanna, you are amazing. To all of the behind the scenes women who helped us to get dressed and to put on an earring and to do all of the things, even down to the 3 young girls who helped us put on eyelashes. We love you and God bless you. And I want to say to the gentlemen, I walked out, we did rehearse all day on Wednesday. However, on Thursday, I did not thank the gentleman who walked me out. So you know who you are. I thank you so very, very much from this platform. We thank you for all that you've done for us. What an amazing experience. I can't tell you how excited it was, and it still is.
Your face just lights up when you talk about it. Yeah, he was
Yes.
great. I got pictures of him walking all of
Yes.
you ladies out. So that was fun. And Jerry, one of their permanent guys, Max Valentino, who always sings when they come out at the end.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And last year they had Max and Grandpa Bobby sing together. This year they had Max, and they had Lenore's husband, who we'll give him a shout out, Al Lambert and the Al Lambert Orchestra. He came and sang in a tribute to his wife, who was giving up the crown this year. So it was beautiful. And we got to say hello to Max Berger. I mean, what?
No, Steve Berger.
Steve Berger. Max Valentino. Steve Berger. Thank you. What a great musician he is, huh? And he's
Yeah,
he's
and a
the
great
musical
MC.
director, right?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, he was great. I love him.
So, first of all, Max is amazing, okay?
He's just
The
amazing.
young boy, he's amazing. And his grandpop, okay?
Amazing.
So, I just spent time with him this month, and you did too, at the luncheon.
Next Tuesday at the luncheon.
Okay, when he sings, I hear him sing all the time, and I know his age. But when he sings, it's almost like the first time, and I'm still blown away
Yeah.
at that man's voice. So, Bobby Fischetti, you know how I feel about you, Max. I love you,
Right.
baby.
And
Amazing.
Max did an amazing job
Amazing.
this year. I mean, it was really, really off the
amazing.
chain. It was really, really good. I want to give a shout out to our global fashion designer, Samina Mughal. We're trying to get her into the studio. She's also a breast cancer survivor. She had a 6th surgery 2 days ago. And so we wish you the best and healing. And she is recognized in Milan, in Dallas. She's one of the top 5 fashion designers in Dallas Fashion Week. She does New York Fashion Week. We've been trying to get Furley up there, and maybe we can get some of you ladies up there for New York Fashion Week. She runs her own show. She's not actually considered part of New York Fashion Week, but it's New York Fashion Week Gala. So she has her own show during Fashion Week, and she has people from many countries come out. And so now she's in Milan, and she's in Paris, and London, Dallas, and New York. So a shout out to Samina Mughal. Hopefully she'll get here one of these days, and we wish you the best in your recovery. So ladies, let's give everybody your Facebook information so they can find you, or however you would like them to find you. Stevie, let's start with you.
Okay, my name is Stevie, Stevi, no E. Last name is Four, F as in Frank, O-R-E as in excellent. I also would like to give a shout out to Mallory, our dance choreographer. She did a phenomenal job, and I just want to say thank you for
think
giving us
that's
that dance
Brow,
in
right?
one day.
Valerie Brow, I think it's her last name.
Mulaney? Oh, Brown.
Melanie.
Yeah, Brow, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, something like that. Yes,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Furley,
My Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is, is Furley Almonte. That's Ferlie Almonte, Almonte.
so she's Furley instead of Furlinda, but you will know her as Furlylicious.
Yo, which means heart-centered, soul-inspired, purpose-driven.
And Vin, how would
Okay.
we reach you?
On Facebook, it's VIN. My last name is IYER. And I also have an Instagram. It's ZJ_VIN. And I often put my dance videos on there.
What is Vin's Zins?
You found that page. Huh?
I did.
Okay. First of all, my long name is Vinodini, which is it's a South Indian name. But then it got a little condensed when I came, and everybody at home calls me Vino. And then
Because you're a
outside,
fine wine?
yeah. But then here, I thought when we came to America, I was like, oh, now everybody thinks my name is Wine, and I didn't want that. But then in French, vin means wine, so
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
everybody calls me Vin.
Nice.
And so I do use those 2 accounts, and the Zins are Zumba Instructor Network.
Oh, nice. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so if you're looking to get some Zumba in your life,
Absolutely.
there you go.
I do a lot of virtual classes, too. Yeah.
Geri Petito, how do people reach you and find you? Not that they don't already know, but for those that are listening maybe for the first time.
Facebook, Geri Petito. My website, www.geripetito.com, but mostly Facebook.
And our website's being reworked since we got a lot of projects going on right now, so we got to condense everything. So to find me, you can go to Ava Holly Public Figure page on Facebook. From there, you'll get the other links because I have a whole long name that's the main page, and that's where all the followers go, so we leave it there. But if you go to the Public Figure page, you'll find everything else, Ava Holly. And
And we want to thank you for that lovely article you wrote on Shore Magazine.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you. Yeah, enjoy
Yeah.
it. You all have a copy. I have a copy for all of you today.
And-
So,
And
Luana,
Jerry, my goodness, that poem, I love
it's
it.
beautiful, isn't
It's
it? Her
beautiful. I
poetry's
hope you
just
can share it
amazing.
on social media because we'd love to, keep reading it.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, awesome. And Luana, tell us again how people can find you.
Mercer County Senior America pageant and the Reading Seniors.
Nice, nice. So, Jerry, anything you'd like to say before we start wrapping it up?
So I just want to say to all you beautiful ladies, keep doing it, okay? I hope everyone is encouraged by what you've heard and seen here today, okay? Because age is just a number, okay? I didn't write my book till I was in my 50s. I didn't start doing radio till I was in my 50s. And look at what's going on now, right, Ava?
Yeah, oh my God.
Guys, listen, age is just a number. These women here are heroes, okay? Cancer survivors. I mean, it's endless, right? Look what they're doing. Look at this beautiful lady with her little, belly button, shaking her belly button and stuff, right? I don't know, working in circuses.
Oh, I'll show you the
okay?
video when we're done.
All right? So listen, all these ladies that you had an opportunity to hear here today, they're angels, okay? And they're doing something beautiful for everybody to be encouraged by. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and be with us today on the Casual Chat. Jerry, thank you so much for always coming over.
honored.
And we love you guys. We
Thank you
love
for
guys.
having us. My
And-
goodness,
And you
what
know
an
what? You can
honor.
reach out to any one of these ladies if you're interested in getting involved in the Ms. Senior Pageant, well, I guess you have to start at the state level, and then hopefully you can get to the national level, but even just to come out and watch it, you know? So it's always at
Ladies, you know
Harrah's.
what? If you guys would like to come and walk and stand
Come stand behind
us,
so
come on.
everybody can see all of you.
Okay.
That'd be great. Christine,
Yes.
come on too.
You too, come on. Our photographer, get over here. Come stand behind. Come on.
And so let me encourage you to find out about the pageant. Maybe you're a journalist like me or a reporter or something and you want to get involved in that way. So maybe you just want to get involved. Reach out to one of these ladies or go to, online and look up the New Jersey Senior America pageant and you will find all the good stuff about the Ms. New Jersey Senior America pageant. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much.
Ava, we want to thank you for this opportunity to
Oh,
be here
thank
with
you.
you.
It's such
Thank
a pleasure
you so
to get
very,
to
very
meet you
much.
guys more than just waving at you on stage. So it's really great, and I love the connections we've made, and hopefully we'll get deeper connected, as we move forward in this process. So thank you all for joining Casual Chat. We will see you next month.
Thank you.
Always the second Sunday. And Ruben, you ready to take us out? All right.